Beneath the crown. Scene 1. The cry. Whispering wind through dead trees, deep ambient rumble, occasional echoing scream carried on the breeze. A heartbeat fades in, slow and steady at first. The underworld, a realm of shadow and whispers where power is both currency and curse. Its ruler, Queen Morrigan, resides in a castle of obsidian, her domain a testament to her might. In contrast, the mortal city of Ashenhold is a place of decay, controlled by a shadowy cult that preys on fear and darkness. In the realm beneath realms, where stars do not shine and fire does not flicker, a queen sits upon a throne carved from obsidian and bone. She is Morrigan Lysandra, feared, revered, untouched. And her heart? Cold as the river Styx that coils like a serpent beneath her citadel. A low, distant cry, like a soul being ripped from its body. The heartbeat quickens. Eveloria Hudson found herself in the depths of Ashenhold, a city that clung to the edge of the mortal realm like a diseased limb. The air reeked of corruption, and the cobblestone streets seemed to whisper warnings she couldn't quite decipher. She had come in search of a lost grimoire, a relic of her lineage that might explain the strange marks that appeared on her skin when fear or danger loomed. Her grandmother's stories had intrigued her, but now, as she was dragged through the city's darkest alleys by cult members, she realized the true weight of her quest. As the cult's knives carved into her flesh, Evaloria's fear peaked. The runes on her arms flared, a beacon in the darkness. Her scream echoed not just through the streets, but across realms, a desperate cry that punched through the veil separating worlds. Narrator. Then it came again. A cry, not of this realm, nor the next. It pierced through veils of time, threading through darkness like wildfire. Desperation, so raw, it made the walls weep blood. Metallic groan, as if her throne shifts under her for the first time in an age. Soft, controlled inhale. Morrigan, low, measured. Who dares? Pause. A flicker of hesitation. Then, Morrigan, fierce, whispered. No. What dares? Cry with such power. Such pain. Sound. A sharp whoosh. Morrigan stands. Her heels echo as she walks slowly. Morrigan closed her eyes, recognizing the desperation. A call from the last dryad. She knew the risks, but something in that voice stirred her. She hadn't left her chamber in 1,000 years. She had no need. Yet something ancient twisted in her gut. It wasn't duty. It wasn't prophecy. It was hunger. Morrigan. That voice. It calls to me. Magic rips open a portal, a rush of wind, crackling energy, whispers in reverse. With a wave of her hand, the shadows obeyed, carrying her to the mortal realm. And so the queen of the underworld walked through the fracture in realms, toward a single, mortal cry, unaware that it would be the beginning of her unmaking, and the salvation of them both. Evaloria's world was one of pain and darkness until the air seemed to split, and a figure emerged from the shadows. Queen Morrigan was imposing, her presence commanding, yet her eyes held a flicker of warmth Eveloria hadn't expected. Who are you? Eveloria whispered, her voice trembling. Morrigan knelt, her touch gentle as she brushed a strand of hair from Evaloria's face. I am your protector, she replied, her voice steady. No harm will come to you while I breathe. As Morrigan freed Eveloria from her bonds, their hands touched, sparking a jolt of energy that neither could ignore. Eveloria saw a glimmer of something softer in Morrigan's gaze, something that gave her hope. The cult's chamber was a labyrinth of shadows, but Morrigan navigated it with ease, her power unfolding like a dark bloom. Eveloria watched in awe as the queen dispatched their captors with swift, deadly precision. Stay close, Morrigan instructed, her hand brushing against Evaloria's as they moved through the chaos. The escape was a dance of danger, each step fraught with peril. Yet, in the heat of it, Eveloria felt an unexpected sense of safety. Morrigan's presence was a shield, her touch a reminder of strength. Back in the underworld, Evloria marveled at the strange beauty of the realm. Morrigan watched her, a mixture of curiosity and affection growing in her chest. As they walked through the obsidian gardens, Evaloria's marks glowed, responding to the queen's proximity. "You have power within you," Morrigan explained, her voice low. "Power that could change the course of realms." Evaloria's eyes met hers, filled with a mix of fear and wonder. "What does it mean for us?" Morrigan hesitated, then reached out, her fingers tracing Evaloria's cheek. "It means we are bound, in more ways than one." Days turned into nights, and the bond between them deepened. Morrigan found herself questioning her rule, her isolation, her very existence. Evloria challenged her defenses, her presence a flame that melted the ice around Morrigan's heart. In moments stolen between duty and danger, they found each other. A touch here, a glance there, each interaction charged with unspoken feelings. Morrigan realized that her need to protect Evloria was no longer just about duty, it was about love. Despite the strength and power that Morrigan possessed, she knew that their union could never be accepted. The underworld queen was bound to serve her captor should she be enslaved, and she would rather die than face that fate. And yet, the connection between them was too strong to deny. Morrigan found herself stirred by emotions she had long thought dead, and she felt a newfound strength and determination to protect Evloria. As they journeyed through the underworld together, Morrigan and Evloria faced many challenges and dangers, but their bond only grew stronger. Morrigan's slight touches and fierce protectiveness only served to deepen Evaloria's feelings for her, and she found herself longing for more. But their union was not without its complications. Morrigan's enemies sought to destroy Evloria, knowing that she was the key to Morrigan's power. And Evloria struggled to come to terms with her own identity and her unique abilities, which she was only beginning to understand. Scene 6. The court's attack. Alarms tolling in the underworld, deep bells, crumbling stone. Cries of warning, magic clashing in the distance. They came like shadows slipping through the cracks of reality. 3 rival lords of the deep court with all their minions, each one hungry for Morrigan's crown, and even hungrier for the blood of a dryad. Footsteps racing down a corridor. Doors slam open. Morrigan bursts into Evaloria's chambers. "Morrigan," urgent, breathless. "You have to come with me. Now." Evaloria, alarmed. "What's happening?" Morrigan. "The court knows you're here. They're inside the gates. They mean to take you or kill you." A sharp explosion shakes the room. Stones fall. Evloria screams. "Evaloria, I don't have powers. I can't fight." Morrigan, fierce. "Then I will be your blade." She draws her sword, a supernatural hum as steel meets magic. The halls were chaos, ghostly assassins slipping through walls, warlocks chanting destruction. Morrigan moved like a storm, ice and fire in perfect balance, striking down anyone who came close to Evloria. Clashing steel, spells being cast, magical pulses. Evaloria, panting. "We cannot run them forever." Morrigan. "We don't have to." She shoves open the doors to her throne room. The battlefield has shifted. They are surrounded. Rival lord, mocking. "A queen, hiding behind a girl? How far you've fallen, Morrigan." Morrigan, deadly calm. "You want her? Come and bleed for it." The attack resumes. Morrigan unleashes a devastating wave of power. Screams. Magic trembles. But even Morrigan could not fight time. She was powerful, but not invincible. And Evloria saw it. The wounds Morrigan kept hidden. The toll of every strike. And something inside her awakened. A glowing hum, Evloria gasps. The markings on her skin begin to blaze with golden light. Evaloria, a whisper that turns to a roar. Enough. A pulse of wild, Ancient magic. Silence falls. Then, the battle commenced with a roar. Eveloria summoned roots to ensnare the invaders, her hands weaving through the air as if conducting an orchestra of nature. The ground erupted with thick vines, binding the Lord's minions. Yet the Lords themselves were formidable, their dark magic crackling with eerie light. As the clash intensified, Eveloria felt the sacred energy surge through her. Ruins of ancient civilizations, embedded in her skin, flared with a fierce blue light, channeling the ancient power. The underworld responded, rock formations uprooting to charge into battle, their arms like battering rams against the dark horde. The underworld lords retaliated with waves of shadow and flame. Eveloria danced through the chaos, her form blurring as she summoned storm and earth. Each strike of her magic was precise, driven by her love for Morrigan and her home. In the heart of the melee, Morrigan appeared, her presence now commanding. She wielded her own power, the underworld's energy swirling around her. Together, the Queen and the Dryad fought, their bond strengthening their resolve. Morrigan's power complemented Eveloria's, creating a symphony of light and dark, nature and shadow. The battle raged, each side trading blows, until the underworld itself seemed to awaken. Eveloria, with a final surge of strength, called upon the ancient magic within her, unleashing a blast of energy that vanished the invaders from their realm. Scene 7. The Choice. Aftermath. Wind howling softly. Rubble settling. A strange, holy quiet. The throne room lay in ruins. Ash and stardust clung to the air. Bodies were gone, vanished by Eveloria's power. Only she and Morrigan remained. A queen on her knees, and a dryad glowing with divine fire. Eveloria, stunned, breathless. What did I do? Morrigan, in awe. You became. Morrigan slowly rises, her voice softer than ever. Morrigan, they'll never stop hunting you. Not now. Not ever. Eveloria, then don't leave me alone to face them. A beat of raw silence. Morrigan, if I stay, if I claim you, you'll never be free. You'll be bound to me, to a realm of shadows. They will call it a curse. Eveloria, approaching, then let them curse. I've lived in half-light my whole life, but with you, I burn. She touches Morrigan's cheek, their magic merges. Morrigan whispered, Are you certain? Eveloria, a breath away. With you, I choose the fire. Their lips meet. A soft, sacred pulse, ancient magic accepts the bond. The air trembles with fate. And so, the underworld changed. Not with conquest, but with love that defied law and time. A queen once feared, a dryad once forgotten. Together, they rewrote the prophecy and gave birth to a new reign. Victorious and intimate, fading into the hum of eternal magic.